morning. Welcome to another vlog. So in my time, I am actually starting this vlog the day my packing and work trip vlog is going live. So I had a couple of weeks in between, you know, my work trip and filming another vlog, which was nice. You know, it was very busy and kind of super unexpected that we were going to be that busy. We kind of thought things were finally going to start slowing down around this time of year. We've just been busy, I think, honestly, since the holidays, because we had the holidays, and then in January we had that trip, and then we caught COVID, and like it's been like just something every single week since then. So it was nice to have a couple of weeks to kind of decompress a little bit, relax, and then immediately get started on a new project for the apartment, because of course we did. This one's a smaller project, but that's why I wanted to restart the vlogs here. So we are doing a small kitchen project, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the whole process because I know you guys love seeing these apartment project vlogs, so we're starting another one. So for this one, I wanted to get a good before shot and kind of explain what we're thinking of now, because the first parts of it are all gonna come in today. I'm also filming this on a Sunday, so Alvin's at work. So let me show you where we're starting. Good morning, chunky bubbies. Okay, so this is the kitchen. We recently upgraded the trash can. It's a really nice trash can. Over here, we've got a little triangle of counter space. I'm hanging up some of the stuff that used to get hung up over there. These shelves, unfortunately, like the shelves in here, they're super wobbly and not super stable. So these are all empty bottles that we just keep on display because you can't really put anything in there. We got the stove. We got the microwave. We have a drying rack that's actually super useful for a lot of stuff. We have our dishwasher. We have our sink over here. This is kind of sort of the pantry. It's like a small shelf. We took the door off of it because it kept bumping into the radiator and it wouldn't open all the way. So we took the door off. We've got food storage there. We got some more storage up here. And then we've got storage up there. We've got our fridge and our freezer. And then we have this counter over here. The knives used to be on the other counter, but we moved them and those are gonna get moved again. I recently picked up these baskets because we used to have like a tabletop storage for potatoes and fruits and stuff, and it just took up too much counter space. We really don't have a whole lot of counter space. So I got these baskets to hang from the shelves instead, and I'm really liking them so far. So we've got this first shelf right here, which is like part food storage, appliance storage, coffee bar. Over here, we've got tea, some protein powder, oatmeal. Down here, we've got like our bar kind of area. We've got our kettle. And then down here again, we got like some drink storage and then appliances. And then this is where we're gonna change. So down here, next to our trash can, we have this cart on wheels. Now this used to be a smaller version of like this kind of shelf where we thought we were gonna make it a coffee bar. It just wasn't big enough because this coffee pot is pretty big. It's like a big Ninja combination coffee thing. And it took up like the majority of this countertop. So we ended up just kind of using it as storage, but it's not really efficient. It blocks off the ability to like have more storage up here, and it's on wheels. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's like, I know Alvin likes it to like move around the kitchen, but honestly, we have such a small kitchen. We're not moving it a whole lot. So we're getting rid of this and we are getting a tall shelf to kind of match this. So it'll be a shelf that tall right here. We'll have a ton more storage, and then the countertop on that is actually big enough, we think, to be an actual coffee bar. So we're gonna move the coffee maker, the tea and everything over to this section. Now for these, we use these a lot. This is like our meal planning board. This is our shopping board. This is kind of just for like display and stuff. But instead we bought magnets because we're gonna move that to the fridge. Because we already have a calendar. We try to do a monthly calendar. We skipped last month because we were literally so busy we didn't have time to make the calendar. But we keep a calendar up here, so we're thinking here on the bottom we'll have plenty of room. We'll have like our meal plan over here, we'll have our shopping list over here, and we'll be able to do it just on the fridge and save some space. Now the main reason we decided to do that was to make more room to kind of clear off this countertop, because we just bought a toaster oven air fryer. I am so excited. And that toaster oven air fryer is gonna take up like the majority of this countertop. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Monica, you just complained that you don't have enough countertop space. Why are you gonna use the majority of it up for a air fryer toaster oven? Let me tell you. So I cook every day. Every day. I can count on both hands the amount of times we've gone out to eat since we moved. We tend to order in more so than actually going out. And what I would like is to like meal prep some food ahead of time, or buy some nice freezer staples so that instead of being exhausted in ordering food in, we could be exhausted and just like pop something into the toaster oven, you know, because it's gonna be a lot easier to deal with. And also, as much as I love cooking, cooking in the summer is miserable. We are on the second floor of a townhouse and it gets so hot. And the kitchen is kind of the hottest room in the house. We have an exhaust fan. We have a fan that blows air in so we can get a little bit of circulation, so it's better than it was. But when you've got an oven set to 400 in here, during the summer, it's miserable. So part of the toaster oven air fryer is that we could have an air fryer that's a little bit easier to use. We can keep it on the countertop. We can store the accessories for it on top of it, you know. Because right now what we have is an Instant Pot, and then we have an air fryer attachment for the Instant Pot, which worked okay. But the Instant Pot is so bulky. I love using it for like broth and soups and like pressure cooking things, but like as something to bring out every day to quickly air fry or something, it's not feasible or really convenient. So we really wanted to get a toaster oven, and we saved up and we ended up going for like a higher end toaster oven. We got the Breville. I'll throw a picture up right here. This is what's coming in today. And that's why I wanted to start the vlog today, because as soon as this baby comes in, like I'm plugging it in, we are using it. And it's gonna replace our toaster, so we can donate, or he can bring the toaster to work. So we get one more appliance out of here so that we're not overlapping appliance needs. I'm debating whether or not to get rid of or donate or sell the air fryer lid for the Instant Pot, because I don't know how much we're going to be using it. I mean, it still works perfectly fine. It's just bulky, and we're in a small apartment. Storage is kind of a challenge for us. So that toaster oven is going to make cooking hopefully a little bit faster, a little bit easier, and in the summer it's not going to get the entire kitchen as hot as it would if I were to use the oven at 400. So that's why we decided that, you know, getting that extra shelf and kind of expanding the countertop space would be worth losing that countertop space to an air fryer toaster oven, because we'd be able to use it all the time. And even though it is expensive, I know it's gonna last, because Alvin's parents have the exact same toaster oven and they've had it for like 8 or 10 years. They've had it for a long time. And they use it all the time, and it still holds up great and it still works really well. So that's what we got. So that's what we are starting today. I believe today the toaster oven and the magnet like calendar and stuff are coming in. So I will bring you guys along for that. And I have just not been this excited about a toaster oven ever. I cannot wait for this toaster oven to come in. It's here. Yay. Ooh. Now how do we get it out? Oh boy. Oh, that sounds so weird. Wait, I want to see the... Oh, he opened it from the bottom. I wanted a cute picture of the box, but it's okay. We got... I'll turn it upside down. There's a whole chicken. Good morning. It's the next day. I was hoping, well actually it ended up working out for the best, let me tell you, but I was hoping that the toaster oven would come in a little bit earlier so I could take it upstairs, you know, unbox it, get it ready, maybe even cook dinner in it. But it didn't come in until like 8 o'clock at night, which ended up being nice because Alvin could help me bring it upstairs because the thing was heavy, the boxes were huge. So it ended up working out for the best, but we unboxed it and we put it here on the counter. It does take up like this entire counter space, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. But until then, the rest of the kitchen is kind of a hot mess. So we have the toaster unboxed. I have to go and like wash all the little accessories. I've got the the pizza pan. I gotta pull out the crumb tray and clean that. And then we have to run it for like 20 minutes on high just to kind of burn off anything that might have been left by the manufacturing before we can actually cook food in it. So not only did the toaster come in yesterday, we also got the new magnets. The ones that are gonna be replacing these cork boards. So we have them right here. This one's like the meal planning menu along with the conversion chart, and then this one is the calendar with the notes. And I think we might have to buy just like a blank white one just so that we can use it for the shopping list, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, the printing looks a little off, but it's pretty cute. Look how cute that is. All right, so we got that. I love the little conversion chart. So this, I'm gonna put it here for now, but I think ultimately this is gonna go on the side of the fridge so we can use it better. And then up here, oh, I got it. And then up here is where the calendar is. I'm gonna pop this one off and pop this one on, let's see, can I get it straight? Hopefully. Oh, I love that. That is so cute. Okay, then we've got notes, which, I think I want to put it over here. So let me move the Christmas magnet. Oh no, the sticker's coming off. Okay, these magnets are good, but I swear, like, they're so hard to get off until you like get a nail under it and peel them. But then when you peel them, they start to come up. But I mean, they're just kind of like cheap magnets from Shutterstock. There we go. That came out so cute. I love that. So I am now going to, well, a little bit later, migrate all of like the shopping list and stuff over here though. I think we need to get one more like right here that's blank, so that could be the shopping list whiteboard, because I don't think that notes one is going to be big enough for our whole shopping list. So yay. So we have our new rug in. This is like a squishier actual like anti-fatigue mat. I'm debating getting another one for the sink, but I kind of just like that rug there, and the rug can kind of go under the bottom of the radiator right there. So I like that a little bit more, but we've got that. We got our toaster oven. I did a little bit of cleanup over here, but the next goal is gonna be, well, remove the last board. I removed all of these, and we've got our new calendars set up. Got calendar set up right there, got our conversion, I got our menu, and I'm thinking over here is where the shopping list is gonna go, but I have to buy another whiteboard. But the next goal is going to be to figure out what to do with all of like my baking stuff and my cutting boards. I also have sheet pans down there. So I'm thinking this shelf under here. So this is where the toaster oven is. This shelf is not utilized well at all. It's kind of, it's big, but it's not super useful. I've got like lids hung up over here. I've got a couple of things hung up over there, but in here it's kind of just a hot mess. I got some random accessories up there. That's actually the air fryer attachment for the Instant Pot, a huge charcuterie board, a rolling pin, and our wok. So I think I could organize this a little bit better. I'm actually gonna pull out the air fryer and the rest of the Instant Pot accessories, and those are gonna go in longer term storage, because I'm not gonna be using them as much, especially now that we have the toaster oven. So if I can move this over, I think I could stand up like the cookie sheets and everything on this side, and then I could probably just use that. And I think that'd work a lot better for cutting boards, cookie sheets, than having them either in the oven or over there on the rack. So that's gonna be the next job. I just realized how loud it is in here. Let's move. Hello, it is a few days later and we have some updates. Oh, I saw the puppies. Oh my god. I love you, but you gotta stop trying to clothesline me and trip me, because we're both getting old, okay? We're both getting older. So apologies, I do have the washer going, so it is gonna be a little loud, but this is what the kitchen is looking currently. Focus, thank you. So I just have to take off that last whiteboard. Our shelf is actually out for delivery now. I don't know if we're gonna build it tonight or if we're gonna build it tomorrow, but I wanna just go ahead and get this prepped either way, because also dinner tonight is super easy. I'm just making a pasta. So I have to take down this. I want to give the wall a good wash, because we're gonna put the shelf up against it and we're ideally not gonna move it until we move. I need to clean the baseboards and basically just get it prepped for us to build and put the new shelf right there. I also apologize that we did not film this, but Alvin and I just did it together last night. We actually went through and decluttered the entire kitchen. So we went through every single cabinet, all of our accessories, all of our appliances, the pots and pans, the knives, the coffee mugs. We decluttered everything. So we do have a lot more room in our shelving now. So like now we've got some more room up here, we have some more room back there, and we really pared it down to like the essentials of what we actually use every day. So we have all of our plates right here. We took some of the plates, the bigger plates, out of our long-term storage and put them back in the cabinet because now they fit. We have all of our Tupperware up here. This is gonna be the mason jars. They're currently in my fridge because I have juice in them, but I also wanna buy some smaller mason jars just to use because they make really good airtight storage as well. And once I get the mason jars, well, I don't want to get rid of those. And then up here we have some glass containers. Those are like soup containers that are really good for soup and freezing things. And then we have some more big ramen bowls. And then we have our nice little ramen bowls right there. So it was definitely needed. I'm glad we decluttered everything. Alvin took everything that couldn't be recycled to his work so that he could throw it out in their dumpster. And then we've got some recycling in our bins, and then everything in here is like glass that can be recycled, but we're not going to throw it in the bins because then they might break. And so we're leaving them in the Sephora box, and then on recycling day we're just going to put the whole box out so that hopefully nobody breaks anything or gets hurt. My cousin is moving down to Washington DC in like a few weeks, so we like put to the side a few things that he wanted. He's got a toaster in there because we got the new toaster oven, and then we put to the side some cooking utensils, some chopsticks, some cups, and then some, what are the trivets that we didn't use, and we thought he could get some nice use out of them in his new apartment. So there he goes. So the rest of the kitchen, it's kind of a mess. I put the trash can and the cart over here just for now. Oh yeah, let me show you down here. So in this cabinet, we decluttered and reorganized. So the goal is going to be on this half, we're gonna have some new organizers to store flat bakeware upright. We're gonna have that on this entire side. So all the cutting boards, all the cookie sheets, all the baking sheets, the pizza pans, everything should fit like up here on that shelf and then down here. And then over here we have the charcuterie. We got some more charcuterie stuff up there, our wok, all the lids for our pots and pans. And then up there in that container is our immersion blender and all the accessories for that. So we're looking good, getting close to the home stretch. So I will see you when we're ready to build our new shelf, our new coffee station, I think is what it's gonna be. Oops, the coffee maker doesn't fit under here, so we have to take this off.
We forgot to measure
We forgot to measure.
We forgot to measure the coffee maker.
But it's okay. It's gonna work.
Or die trying.
Or sure. I appreciate the effort. There's still shadows, but thank you for helping with the B-roll. Yeah, there's no metal. It's okay, my love. It's spooky cabinet. Yeah, we should have done that years ago. That's so much nicer.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
And with that, we are finally done. I am absolutely tickled pink with how everything came out. It was a slightly bumpy road to get here, not gonna lie, but now that everything's done and everything has a place, it is beautiful and I'm already loving it so much more as I cook. Let me give you a little tour. So starting out, just look at how much more counter space I now have. This is all workable counter space. That's also counter space. And I have a little bit right there. It's mainly for coffee stuff. But let's start with the new coffee bar. First, we have some tea things over here. I have some matcha latte mix in the back. I have some tea over here, some more tea, a cute little leaf steeper. I have my protein powder, and then we have our coffee. And then of course we have the coffee maker and the tea kettle. I got myself a nice little gooseneck right before we got COVID, so it came in very handy then because I could not drink coffee at all when we had COVID. I had to live off of tea, so that worked out really well. Over here we have a knife because Alvin likes using knife to cut open boxes and packaging, so he asked for that to be there and I obliged. Over here we have my reusable coffee sleeve. I don't use it as much because I don't go out for coffee as much anymore, but I love it and I love to have it on display. A good friend of mine made that for me years ago. And then over here is where we just keep the controller for the window fan. We have the coffee maker on top of this mat because it does sometimes leak if you're not like perfectly aligned when you set the coffee maker up for the next morning. So we have this here to reduce spillage. And then this is my little spooky man. He's supposed to be like a ladle holder or a big spoon holder, but I just use him for my coffee spoons. And down here is, I think, what I am most excited for. It is so organized. It is beautiful. I love it. Let's start out with the cookbooks. So the cookbooks used to be over on our other bookshelf, but it was taking up a whole block there, and I really ultimately wanted the cookbooks to be in the kitchen so that I could reference them quickly. I would have them right here. I could get inspiration, and now I finally have a place for them. I'm so excited. So here's a quick look at the cookbooks that I have. I won't go through each of them just because I could stay here and talk about books all day. And so could Rex. Rex could talk about books all day. But this is what I have, and I'm so happy. There's a little bit of room for growth right there, and then there's like a little bit of room in the front, so if I need to, I could like finagle and add more books, but I am just happy with that. So down here is where I keep Alvin's bento box components. He's got his containers and his silverware and everything here, and then he's got his bento box with him because he's actually at work, but then his lunchbox would go right there. And then down here, I have room for storage for backup just drinks. So I only keep like 1 or 2 in the fridge to maximize fridge space. And then the rest are down here. I just have some Diet Coke, which is my new recent obsession, Monster, and then my favorite beer currently, which is the Brooklyn Brewery Summer Ale. We have the audience of a chunky little boy. Now inside here, I was a little confused about what to do, but I'm really happy with how I got this to work for me. So like the top part, I'm calling like the kitchen admin. So like we have the charger for all of our ball lights from Olight. And then we have all of the whiteboard markers. And then in this container, I'm probably gonna swap it out for a smaller container, but in there I have all of the S hooks, and those are the S hooks we use for like all of the shelves. And we have a ton extra, so I wanted to have a spot for them right there. For the rest of this shelf, it was like the perfect spot to store those like oddly shaped and weird kitchen gadgets that are super useful and super helpful, but didn't really fit in like a cabinet or a drawer, like a bigger cabinet or drawer, and we only have 1 drawer in this whole kitchen, so drawer space is limited. But this was perfect. So back there we have our backup reusable coffee filter, and then that's the filter for tea. If we ever want to make tea in this Ninja, that's the filter we use. And then over here, this is a cute little set I got from IKEA, and it's just like little apple cores and veggie cutters. And I loved it, and it was just what I was looking for. It's just oddly shaped, so it fits in here perfectly. And then of course we have a box grater. As someone who loves cheese, I love shredding cheese, I love eating cheese. And last but not least, we have down here. So now the big coffee pot when we're not using it. Fits right there perfectly. In here in this container I have all the pieces for our immersion blender, and it also has attachments for like whipping, so that's all right there. And then we have the bagel slicer. I love bagels and having a bagel slicer just infinitely makes things easier. I can't tell you the amount of times I've like cut my hand open trying to slice open a bagel or something, and that just makes my life a lot better. So that's all of the new storage space we were able to gain with this new shelf. I am just ecstatic about it. So that opened up a lot more room over here. So a quick overview of the other spots. Down here we have some pots and pans, our Dutch oven, that's our Instant Pot. Here we have the juicer, the blender, and then all of my freezing kind of cube, what are they called? Soup cubes. In here are the accessories for both the juicer and the blender. And then up here we have our coffee mugs. We did cut down our coffee mug collection a bit, and most of them fit right here. We then hung up these baskets. I used to have a container that would like hold fruits and veggies, but it would stay on the counter and it would take up counter space. And I like these baskets a lot more. I have this one for potatoes, and then this one we currently have bananas and some apples. And then in this little corner we have our little bars, my favorite Japanese whiskey. I've got some bitters, we got our cute little bar set, some whiskey, and some vodka. And now on the top, we are calling this the snack corner. Alvin and I are very visual people, as in if we don't see that we have it, we're gonna forget it, and we are either gonna buy more or not eat it. So I bought a few more of these pop-top containers. So this is all tortilla chips, these are pita chips, and then up there we have some popcorn. But there's room here for expansion. I did buy a few more of these pop-tops. So whenever we do get more snacks like that, I can keep them in the clear containers and we can see exactly what we have. Moving right over, we have, these are pretty much all the same with the exception of these two. I moved brown sugar and, yeah, they're both brown sugar technically. I moved them both over here next to the oatmeal and the hondashi. And I stacked these because this one was only put in a container because the container it came with, it broke. So moving forward, this isn't gonna be like a permanent place for oatmeal. So I just wanted to put it like that for now to save a little bit of space. And now to my new worktop. So this is gonna stay open like this, so I can use this as prep area for mise en place, for prepping everything. Over here I have my favorite square tamagoyaki pans. They're just non-stick pans, and they're just like the perfect size and shape for cooking for two, essentially. And they're just like the best non-stick pans I've used. So I have 3 of those hung up for easy access. I have my measuring cups, my measuring spoons, and then we have our knife block. And this has been the biggest quality of life improvement so far, since this counter space is what we lost by getting the toaster oven. But now that we have the toaster oven, I don't know how we went this long without having one. It is so nice. It cooks food so much faster. It's smaller, so it takes less time to preheat, but I can still fit like regular sized muffin pans, and like our regular pizza sheet fits in here. So it's basically just like a mini oven, but it also air fries. I am smitten with this thing already. Love it to pieces. And then I realized I skipped down here, but down here we just have some bulk food storage like rice and flour and noodles and quinoa and panko. And then on the very bottom we just have some mixing bowls, our rice cooker, and some pots and pans. The next biggest quality of life improvement is down here, where we actually have it organized. So these are our cookie sheets up here. In that container are all of the smaller like charcuterie board accessories that we had. And over here we have everything, all of our bakeware, all of our cutting boards, our big charcuterie board all fit beautifully due to this one organizer from Amazon. It's amazing. I'm adding it to our Amazon storefront because it's the best. It's an adjustable storage solution. It's hard to see because it's black, because of course it's black, like everything else that we own. I get it in black because I like black, but it's hard to see right here. So I'll throw a picture up. It's been amazing, and it fit all of this stuff. So that's like 3 cutting boards, a charcuterie board, a muffin tin, a casserole, several cookie sheets, and 2 loaf pans. All fit. It's been fantastic. We should have done this years ago. And last but not least, we have our new fridge front. Technically it's not new, but we have our calendar here. We have our little cute accessories. So of course I have some pictures of us and of Rex. We have our eraser, our whiteboard markers. Up here is a little cheat sheet that Alvin put together because he likes troubleshooting food. So if it's too salty, you're supposed to do XYZ. And since he was writing it down so often, I just made him a little reference card. So we have that. Speaking of reference cards, the calendar came with a conversion chart for the kitchen, so that's very cute to have on hand. And then down here we have our meal plan board and our shopping board. I made these little magnets, just printed them, like laminated them. I almost said marinated them, excuse me. Laminated them, and then just glued them to magnets. So we have Target. Joe's Market is the market where Alvin works. His family owns that grocery store. Down here we have Whole Foods and then Trader Joe's. So that way, as like we go through the week and I think of things that we're gonna need, I can add them to our shopping lists. And at the end of the week, we could see where we actually need to go. And that's that. I am so happy with how it turned out. So that's the end of this project. I am so happy with how it turned out. As far as regrets go, I don't really regret buying or doing anything. I just kind of regret our timing, because doing all of this, like basically we did this over the course of about a week and a half, like every day after work. So we would work a full day and then we would build the new shelf. We'd work for a full day and then we would unbox and put together and do the air fryer, right? So I kind of wish we had waited and gotten everything delivered like on a Friday so we could just spend a weekend doing it and not have to do it work every day, because we were exhausted at the end of the week. But it came out so beautiful. Like I definitely don't regret it. So I can't wait to cook more, and actually I'm about to go take Rex out and start dinner tonight. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below what your favorite part was, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.